Hello there, everybody. It is Monday, the 6th of May. Today I have to go to the local school to shoot a dress rehearsal from their drama club, and they are doing the musical Madagascar. It should be a lot of fun. I did a performance that they did last Friday night, and it came out very well. The only problem is that the audience is just so loud and so many chairs moving and doors slamming that I decided to record the show with a empty auditorium, and that should give me the best audio. I'm also going to take my voice recorder or my audio portable recorder with me to see what I can produce. Hopefully I'll do a good job for them. Normally what I do is every year I do a DVD of the performance, I do headshots, I do cast pictures, and then I sell this product to the parents of all of these students that participate in this production, this play. And they are able to then, along with the $2 that they charge for the show and other fundraisers that we do, they're able to then finance next year's performance, which is one of the highlights of their life while they are in school. Third graders, fourth graders, and fifth graders doing drama. That is really, really awesome. And I love to be a part of that. Anyway, today I saw this really well, let me just say that I thought it was going to be a really edgy, interesting video because the thumbnail was really eye-catching. It was one of these, one of these weird, over-the-top thumbnails. It had a super, super teasing type title, almost a little bit clickbait-like. And then the introduction was very, very crazy and out of the ordinary, and then they broke into this promise, and then stay tuned, and almost like if I was to do this now, hear this a minute, let me get ready. Hey everybody, when you enter your print room every morning, does your printer wake up and say hello to you and give you a morning hug? Well, if it does not, I'm going to teach you how to do that. Please stay tuned. When I come back, I will teach you the secret of how to make your printer hug you. Now, wouldn't that be ridiculous? I mean, can you imagine if I did that? Well, I had some people actually suggest to me that I update my video introductions, the way I address people, and I thought, why should I do that? I like to make it more like a conversation between you, the viewer, and I. I would like you to feel like you are here with me. In fact, I wish you could all fit here, and I would just love to spend hours with you, showing you everything that I have here and discussing every one of your questions. Of course, the best way to do that, of course, is do a live type broadcast. I'm still working on that, don't worry. I will solve that. I have been so busy with other activities besides what I do here. Like I mentioned earlier, I've been almost every other night at the school helping out, and I have been shooting a local choir that is competing to be able to perform at Westminster Abbey in London, and they are truly professional in quality. In fact, so good that I had them do the audio recording while I simultaneously did the videotaping, and then I will sync up the good audio over my less good audio that my camera produces, and that should put them over the top. Another thing that I've been doing, of course, is some of the other community things that I volunteer for, English lessons for the local immigrants population here. They really need a lot of help so that they can integrate themselves a little bit better to our area here. They are here because they have the need to be here. Wherever they live is just not as good as even the worst situation here in the United States. That is quite an eye-opener. But anyway, so I spend every free minute I can down here discussing everything to do with printing, and hopefully helping you out in any questions that you may have. I'm going to actually stop talking about me and try to help a viewer who had this question. And it basically just kind of sequels from the previous video that I did talking about older printers comparing to new printers. It was the same subject. He was trying to buy a refurbished 3880, and the 3880 is one hell of a good printer, but the price for that refurbished printer would have been the same as one for a brand new P800 after a rebate. So of course the answer was very simple. Pick the P800. In fact, if you are getting into printing and you promise to be committed to printing and committed to maintaining that printer, in other words, don't let it sit unused because you want to save on ink. That is a bad thing to do, and actually it is quite counterproductive. It will waste more ink doing cleaning cycles after you plug it up than you would have if you had been printing regularly like you are supposed to. So that is very quick answer, easy question, quick answer. Yes, go for the newer, more modern technology. And basically the P800 is the big sister or brother to the one that he was considering, the Epson Pro 3880. And that was it. Easy answer to a simple question. Then came another guy who had this one, and this was quite a lulu of a question. Canon Pro 10, wonderful printer. It produces reproductions as close as the Pro 1. Maybe the Pro 1 is a tiny bit better because of extra gray ink in a different print engine. But again, you can produce wonderful prints with a Pro 10. So, of course, the first thing that people do is try to go the cheap way out, and they will then look for a third-party source. Well, there's no reason to go that cheap. By cheap, I mean a loss of quality, a great loss of quality. He decided to start using compatible cartridges. Oh Lord, why would you do that? The PGI 9 cartridges are specifically designed for the Pro 10. They have an accordion type bellows ink bag, an internal ink bag that is perfectly tuned and balanced via a little spring type diaphragm that regulates the ink flow perfectly. So why would you go and decide to use compatibles that are using a sponge? The Pro 10 is not a sponge card printer, so why would you even think of doing that? Well, guess what's happened? After about the second set of cartridges gone through that printer, the printer decided to stop recognizing any of the cards. And he wants to know how he can fix that. Well, I told him, oh my God, I can't believe you chose to go with a compatible cartridge on your Pro 10 when you know darn well that the PGI 9 cartridges can be refilled easily, reset easily, and Precision Colors has a wonderful ink set for it, as well as octoinkjet.co.uk in the European market, England. Why would you choose to go that route? Why would you? Well, your answer was not very helpful. You could have at least told me how to solve the problem. Well, the way to solve the problem, this is where I got really snarky, is that you go out and you have two choices. You go out and you buy yourself a set of OEM cards, spend the money. Or buy a set of empty cards, which you can get from Precision Colors, a resetter, and a set of inks, and refill those, pop them back into your printer, and I will bet you anything I have here that your printer will come back to life. He has not answered back. Sometimes you have to do that with certain people because they get really, in Spanish we use the word terco. That means stubborn. And no matter what you say to them, it's just, they ignore it, goes over their head. And so you have to be a little harsh so that they finally get it. All I'm doing is trying to save your wonderful Pro 10 from an early demise. So again, for the rest of you guys that are actually good listeners and are not terco, do not use compatible cards on your beautiful Canon printers. You can on your Epson printers because the system is differently. The way the cards mate onto the printhead is differently. It's more secure on the Epson. The Epson printhead is cold firing piezo crystal printhead, unlike the thermal firing Canon printheads, which are very sensitive to reduced ink flow, which all of these compatible cards have. They are so unreliable and they differ so much. Quality control is horrible, by the way, that you should not even consider using them on a Canon printer. You run the risk of burning up your printhead with them. On the Epson, you can literally run maple syrup through an Epson. It doesn't matter. It's not going to really harm the printhead. It might clog it, but it's not going to kill it, okay? Like the Canon printhead can be killed due from overheating. Okay, that is it. Let's go do something. I think I'll go up and have a cup of coffee. How about that? All right, thank you once again. I checked my analytics just earlier. Things are looking up on the channel. Slowly, but surely. It's like the tortoise and the hare race. The tortoise won because it went steady. And thank you. I owe all of that to you guys. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, share, and like. And until the next time, happy printing, everybody. This should be the happiest hobby in your whole life. Thank you. Bye-bye.